What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Not So Pro Fantasy Football Talk. What a day. Today we released our brand new vlog that we just recorded in Houston. That was our first time as a group NSP to go and watch a game all together. What a game we watched with the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We had a lot of fun. So if you guys haven't yet, go out there, go watch the video. Pause this video right now. Don't even pause it. Just go watch that video right now. We're going to be on after the video is over. It's a 16-minute video, so a lot of editing went there, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of fun. So if you guys haven't yet, go check that out. Now, Reed, we have a lot of big news when it comes to fantasy football, especially with some news that we got today, right? We had some lingering news yesterday, but today we had some things confirmed. We have Jonathan Taylor going to be missing a few weeks due to some surgery he's going to have with his hand. Are we freaking out? What are we doing with all those people who held on to JT? How are you responding to this, Reed? What are we doing?
I was right. I was right about him.
You were right. You said that he was a scumbag.
I did. He say he was a scumbag, but I said he wasn't going to be worth it. Come down to it, he wasn't going to be.
You can't say that yet.
I can't say it yet. He's going to miss about 2 weeks from what I saw online, potentially more. But he will be getting surgery. How we feel about it? If you have JT, you're definitely disappointed. Gabriel Munoz says, "Let's go. Welcome back to the stream." But if you're a JT owner, you're definitely disappointed. Whether you're already in the playoffs or you're pushing for the playoffs, whatever you are, you needed him in this stretch. And for most leagues, you got about 2 weeks until we make it into the actual playoffs. And those 2 weeks, you're going to be hurting for him. If you somehow in your league, Zach Moss is not picked up already, you put a waiver wire claim on him. If you're in one of the Fab leagues, you put your whole deposit down. You put everything down on him. I'm not sure if he's available in ours, AJ. But if he is, I'm dropping all $67 I have on him.
He is not owned. He is owned in that league, but Zach Moss is owned in 48% of leagues out there.
Yeah.
There's a 50-50 chance that he is available if you go and search his name up.
I think I just dropped him in one of my leagues.
You dropped him in one of your leagues?
Yes, because I had JT and that on the same team.
Dude, I have zero chance of getting Zach Moss. I have JT in one league, but I'm on a 5-game winning streak now, and the waiver is just not on my side this week. Colin Shea says, "Hi, what's going on? Appreciate your comment on our video, Dove video. I always love those comments, so thank you so much for watching those. If you like it, let us know. We'll make more content like that." Jelly of the Month says, "Hey guys, landed a bye. Prop dropping Ravens defense on a bye and tough matchup. Should I grab Jets or Rams or both for week 16, 17 defense?" Defensive streaming. Let's see.
He's asking for week 16, 17.
I was literally going to do that today. I was literally going to look for playoff defenses today just so I could go and be ready and make those moves right now. Honestly, those defenses I'm not too impressed with. If the Rams, if I'm not mistaken, should be going up against the Cardinals that week. If so, we definitely want to do that. I'm bringing up those teams right now.
So the Jets are facing the Commanders week 16 and the Browns week 17. The Rams are playing in week 16. Why can't I find them? In week 17, they're facing the Giants, but week 16, they're facing the Chargers. which isn't the best. It really just depends on with the week for the Chargers. Out of those two options, I like the Jets better. Commanders, then Browns. I like those two better, but
If you could get those aren't bad streaming options for those weeks, but definitely to see if you could get a better defense. But yeah, start looking for playoffs now. Start holding on to those guys or those defenses, I should say. Colin says, "Do you guys like Jacobs or ETN rest of the season?" Personally, I was very disappointed with what I saw with ETN this past week. But he is, that running back on a very successful team. I do like ETN rest of the season. Yeah, he did deal with the injury during the Texans game, which not a lot of people saw. But we saw him live. He went out on the sideline. He went to the locker room at one point. He came back. He was fighting through it. He was getting a lot of receptions, and that's what I like. And right now, Josh Jacobs, that's what he's struggling with. He's struggling with staying consistent and getting receptions. I do believe this past week they fought, excuse me, they finally started getting him involved in the passing game, but I think it's just so wishy-washy on how this offense is utilizing Jacobs. Are you worried about Jacobs at all this season?
I'm not as high on him really, but it's hard for me. I would definitely say ETN in these two options. But yeah, Josh Jacobs, unless you have a better guy on your bench to start over him, I'll still continue starting Josh Jacobs in one of my leagues.
Josh Jacobs is on a bye this upcoming week, which is kind of
Mm-hmm.
horrible for me because I have JT in the same league. So I'm kind of like freaking out. What do I need to do? What can I pick up? And we're going to go out there in the waiver wires tonight and we're going to hit it pretty darn hard. We don't have a lot of options out there, but Josh Jacobs is definitely a guy. If they continue the trend with what they did this last week with 20 carries, 6 targets, he's going to be a league winner for y'all. He's going to continue getting those reps. And they did go up against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that was a tough team. After that, he has Minnesota, Los Angeles, KC again, Indianapolis, and Denver. 17 and 18 when it comes playoff time, championship time. I really like those odds. Those are two of the top 3 teams that give away points to fantasy running backs. So I like Josh Jacobs, especially for playoff season.
All right. I'm going to go back to the last question really quick, AJ, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
go right ahead.
So I'm going to talk about a team that I think, in my opinion, and I am biased here, of a good team that you could pick up here. It's going to be the Green Bay Packers. They're rostered in 12% of leagues, so you definitely should be able to get them. And their matchups, week 16 to 17, is going to be sorry, I lost it. It's going to be the Panthers, which, I mean, come on. And then the week 17 is going to be the Vikings, who we just saw give up, I think, like 5 turnovers by the end of it in this past game. I think those are I think the Packers could definitely be a good streaming option. I'm sorry.
Jonathan Musk says, thanks. Flex PPR this week. We got David Montgomery versus New Orleans or Jamar Chase versus Jacksonville. Now, I said last week that we should start Jamar Chase no matter what because he's Jamar Chase and he has a lot of name value. This past week wasn't that great. If you want to look at stats, watching the game itself, you saw Jamar Chase get, a few receptions off of tip balls, which were that's scary, right? Because usually those receptions end up in an interception. So he had 6 targets and 4 receptions. He ended off with 12 points. I'm not starting Jamar Chase next week. I'm going to go ahead and go with David Montgomery against New Orleans. It seems like a 2-headed monster out there in Detroit. I like what they're doing. They're both getting heavily involved, and they both have opportunity for touchdowns. I'm going D-Mont.
I would agree. His snap percentage is getting lower and lower, but when he's in, he gets rushing attempts, and he's successful in those for rushing attempts. So D-Mont is a good option here.
Most definitely. But I'm still kind of freaking out, right? So what can we look at for the waiver wires if you have Jonathan Taylor and you're in my predicament and you don't have Josh Jacobs this next week? Who do you go for? Right now, available in a lot of leagues out there, Zach Moss. Like I said, Zach Moss, he's out there. He's available in over 50% of leagues. You got to go out and see if you can get him. I don't have a high waiver priority. So who can we look for after that? Right? Right now, I'm looking at a name, Chuba Hubbard. He is owned 63% of leagues, but in the majority of my leagues that I'm in, he's available. He's out there. I don't like what they're doing in Carolina, but they're rotating the ball and he's still getting some very high volume. I'm going to go after Chuba Hubbard. I'm going to see if he's available in my league, which he is. And after that, it's slim pickings. There's some guys that you want to stay away from. I say you want to stay away from Ezekiel Elliott. His trending, his volume is going lower and lower each and every week. Another guy you kind of want to keep an eye out, maybe hold on to as a handcuff is Samaje Perine. Just because we see a trend with McLaughlin losing more and more reps as the running back too. And after this past week with Samaje Perine getting that touchdown, we definitely like him as a great handcuff for that team. So if something happens to Williams, Perine is up there and ready to go.
I'll add one more person on that before we get to the comments. The only person I would add on there is AJ Dillon. He's owned at 69% of leagues, so there's a chance that he might be available. But AJ Dillon or Aaron Jones is most likely still going to be out this next week, I would imagine. And he's not great, but he's going to get you 10 points most likely.
Nice.
It's
so
yep.
It is. Colin says Pollard or Etienne rest of the season. Thank you. So Pollard went off this past week, right? So a lot of people are onto Pollard. Dawdle is no longer a factor for fantasy for some people. Etienne, like I said, did suffer through an injury that kind of went under the radar for a lot of people during the Texans game. But honestly, I love the volume that Pollard gets, but I'm still going to run with Etienne here. They are in a very heavy involvement offense when it comes to running backs. So they involve Etienne in the passing game tremendously. Etienne did miss plenty of series this past week. So with him being fully healthy, him being back there, I like it. And plus that rush defense for the Houston was pretty darn tough. And they kind of had to abandon the run a little late in the game. I don't know. That's just me. I like Etienne.
I'll go Etienne also.
Alrighty. Rave says Kyler or Brock Purdy. Okay. Brock Purdy's going up against a super tough defense. I get it. We're going to see. This is the game that a lot of people want to watch, right? Because this is the game that we kind of got robbed of last year in the championship game. But I think Brock Purdy's going to go off. He is going to super tough defense. I don't like that. We do have a healthy offense as of right now. But it's kind of tough. Do you want to go Kyler Murray, Reed? I want to hear your thoughts here first.
So Murray, in his 3 starts that he's had, he's averaging about 20 points, which I'll take any week. Purdy, I think it's kind of boom or bust against the Eagles. I don't know what type of game it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a low-scoring game because it's 2 good defenses, or it's going to look like what the Bills and Eagles game looked like, which was high-scoring. I don't know what it's going to look like. I like Purdy as a quarterback, but I'm talking about fantasy here. I think Kyler is your safer option. That's going to get you and they're going against Pittsburgh's defense. Maybe that they hold them because those are some pretty low-scoring games usually. Pittsburgh are. I'm still going to go Murray, though.
I'm going to have to go Murray, too. I love my boy BCB, but I got to go with consistency, and I got to go with a guy who literally is making himself a one-man team, right? And that's Kyler Murray. Brock Purdy's going to spread the ball out a lot, so I love that about Brock. Kyler Murray is just a fantasy whore, so go out there and start Kyler Murray. Shane Franzen says, thinking of trading Breece Hall. Good for you that trades are still open. Targets I've considered are Pacheco, Pollard, and Etienne, but wondering who you think is a good running back to trade for him. I think those are excellent running backs. I think the only guy there who is on an elite status right now is Etienne. If you could go out there and get Etienne for Breece Hall, especially with how Etienne's been performing lately, I would 100% like that. 100%. If you're trading Breece Hall for Pollard, I wouldn't mind that because Pollard gets the volume, but sometimes doesn't get the production. Same thing with Isaiah Pacheco. Sometimes you see them rotating. Pacheco is getting everything. He is, right? But every now and then, like now you're seeing Clyde Edwards-Helaire get into the mix. I don't like that too much. But right now, I totally understand where you're coming from. New York is just horrible. I mean, horrible, horrible, horrible. So yeah, I wouldn't mind getting any of those guys, but I'll go in that order: Etienne, Pollard, Pacheco.
I would 100% agree with everything you just said, AJ.
Thank you. Big E says, "You guys are lifesavers. Traded JT before the injury got out." Hey man, I mean, we thought it was a good trade. We can't predict injuries. We're not psychic. If we were, we will
I
be
have before with my Spidey sense.
right. Right. Your Spidey's. Whenever you have that on,
Mm-hmm.
you're now at 95%
Okay,
at your Spidey sense. But
I'll take it.
we can't predict the future. We can't predict injuries. We thought it was a great trade. We thought you had a lot more value going into that trade. So I'm glad you took that. And I'm glad that the odds are in your favor. Also, tough ass video. Thank you very much. We put a lot of time into that. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, we released a vlog. It's our second ever vlog, our first time going to an NFL game as a group, as NSP. We just released it today. So if you guys want, go watch that video right now. I promise you, we'll still be live once you are done with that video. But thank you, Biggie. Thank you for the comment as well on that other video. It helps out a lot. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment. It helps the channel here grow. So appreciate you. Jelly of the Month says, "My QB now is Sam Howell after losing Burrow and Aaron Rod. Oh, so I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers, and AR. Like Love or Stafford, better rest of the season. Howell playoffs rough, but be neg game script. Okay, I see what you're saying here. I know my answer, but that's why I'm going to hand the mic off to Reed because I'm pretty sure we have the same answer here.
I'm gonna go Love rest of the season. I'm talking about fantasy here, so I'm going Love. This offense is finally heating up, and as a Packer fan and just fan of football, I'm hoping it continues. I don't want to see the crappy football we were getting there for a while, but I think things are going to continue clicking as these guys gain experience, etc. I think Love is a better option, while Stafford is injury prone. In my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised to see another injury come up with Stafford this end of season. And then Cup is just not playing very well.
Neither is Puka.
Puka's playing decent. He as far as fantasy, he's playing. He's still getting points. But yeah, Stafford, I can't trust that rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with Love here too. We're seeing the trend of him getting better and better, especially with his receivers getting healthier and healthier. I like this a lot. You're seeing his connection get along with his wide receivers. I'm starting to Love. I have Love in one league, and I've started him for the past 4 weeks now.
Really?
So, oh yeah. I started him for the past 4 weeks. This past week he was awesome.
Yeah.
Helped me win the game. So thank you so much, Jordan Love. Go out there. I start Jordan Love. I got confidence in him. You should as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a good backup QB? Goff has been turning the ball over, and I'm a little worried. You should be worried. Yeah, I don't like Goff. The only reason why he's still fantasy relevant is because the team that he's on and the weapons that he has, weapons such as Amon-Ra St. Brown. But a good backup that you should go out and get. I'm going to say it again. I think you should go out and get Jordan Love. He is awesome. I know we talked a little bit about not Romeo, but Josh Dobbs. I wasn't feeling him any longer as soon as I kept watching him over and over again. Dobbs is still a decent option. He did have a very bad game, but I still like Jordan Love. Right? They have a lot of grit out there in Green Bay, and they're trying to do whatever it takes for them to get points on the board, and they're not doing it with an injured Aaron Jones. No back talk on AJ Dillon. He's doing amazing right now, but it's going to get done through the airs with those very talented young wide receivers. Very young wide receiver core.
It's the youngest. It's the cheapest quarterback, wide receiver, tight end room in the NFL by like a mile. It's the cheapest.
Great. That's great.
It got a lot to look forward to.
Jen of the Month says, "Appreciate it, gents. Have a good night." Hey, thank you so much for joining us here live on our live stream. You have a good night as well. But man, this fantasy week is going to be tough. One, two,
Six
three,
teams.
four, five, 6 teams on a bye. We got the Bills, the Ravens, the Vikings, the Bears, Raiders, and the Giants. We have a lot of big names out there, such as Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, uh, Justin Fields. Anyone still believes in him? DJ Moore, which we hit on our bet read. Just a little FYI. Raiders,
Yep.
we got Josh Jacobs out, Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers. Giants, we have Saquon Barkley. It is crazy of what we need to fill in this upcoming week. And it could have been worse for the Raiders to have a bye week because, like I said, I got 3 running backs in one league. I got Josh Jacobs. Well, actually, I have 4, right? I got Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler, and, well, Jonathan Taylor. And Jonathan Taylor's out for this week for sure, 100%. You go out there and get Zach Moss. I can't get him. And waiver priority 10. Go out there and get who you could get, like a Chuba Hubbard, a Zach Moss. I have Tyjae Spears also on the bench. I don't like that option any longer, just because from this past game, when they are winning, they're utilizing Henry a lot more instead of a 50-50 split. But Reed, do you have any advice for me to go out there and what running backs I should look out for?
The only running back that I have seen in my leagues that I would honestly like pick up and start is going to be AJ Dillon. There's Chabernet or Chabernet. I always forget how you pronounce his name. That's been a decent option. I think Kenneth Walker is still dealing with injury, I would imagine, right?
Kenneth Walker is still dealing with an injury.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much longer that'll last, but that's the only running back, in my opinion, that I've seen. AJ Dillon, Chabernet, those are the only 2 guys that I can, like, hey, this is a good guy that you could pick up and actually start. It's slim pickings of running backs.
Colin Chang is saying Kyler Murray and Josh Jacobs for Pollard, or Pollard for Etienne and Zay Flowers. They need a quarterback bad, okay, but I like Etienne here a lot for sure. I'm not the biggest fan of Zay Flowers. I like him a lot. He's a wide receiver 1. He did look good this past week. I think you're giving up a little too much right here. I would like to know if you said it before. I'm trying to find it. Who your other quarterback is? I wouldn't like giving him.
It says
Kyler
he has
Murray.
Dak in that.
Oh, I read that wrong. I thought he meant that he has Dak. Oh man, I would probably try to give up Dak instead of Kyler Murray at this point. I know Dak is
stats are great.
I know his stats are great. I mean, but
if you start him against bad teams, you're getting 30 points from the dude. 20 plus.
Okay, Colin's saying I have Cup and Hollywood. It's over for me. Okay, that would definitely be a huge upgrade for you if you could go out there and get Etienne and Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers should help out your team. Definitely better than Cup and Hollywood at this point in time, especially Hollywood. Cup, I'm still hoping for that bounce back, but I'm not going to trust him any longer. But not a bad trade. It definitely helps you out in the wide receiver position.
Yeah. I would do the trade. Adam T says, can we get a go Pat go? Go Pat go, man. We are on the road to the playoffs, or hey, at least we're in the conversation right now, which I'll take.
What the heck? Yeah, you're welcome, Colin. Thank you so much for joining us here live. We got the Lord's Chips here on Twitch. Says I have a better chance of joining a professional COD clan with a negative 2.5 KD. Could it be me? Ratio than the 49ers beating the Eagles.
Jeez.
Wow, that is, I don't know. I think you have better chances because the Niners are currently favored to beat the Eagles this upcoming week. I'm trying my hardest not to overthink the game, not to talk all that crap, but I am not looking forward to this game. I'd rather just wait till the playoffs because we all know the Niners could be playing either the Cowboys or the Eagles in the playoffs. One of the two. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm very nervous about this week, but I think this game's a coin flip. If you want to reopen this book, Reed, what are your thoughts about this game?
You got to protect Purdy in this game. And I'm not just saying that as like, oh, he can't get hurt again or whatever, and then you don't have another quarterback, whatever. I'm saying that just as like, hey, this D line gets after the quarterback. If you're able to protect Purdy, keep him a clean pocket, I think you guys are going to be able to win this game. But if you let them start dominating the line of scrimmage, offensively and defensively, we know they're. Oh, I can't wait to see all your defensive line against that offensive line. Gee, that's gonna be the matchup right there. I don't care about the wide receivers and tight ends. I want to watch the line there, and I never say that.
You don't.
I never. I'm honestly I'm gonna watch Red Zone on one screen, and I'm gonna keep that one game on like a separate tablet or something, so I can watch every single play, because I think it's gonna be the game potentially of the year. Yeah, I definitely think the Niners have a chance. I think it's a coin flip at the end of the day.
Right now, the odds are Niners winning by 2.5 points. And I'm just shocked that this is not a primetime game. I'm just, wow.
Because we rather watch the Vikings and Bears. That is a primetime game.
Yes, we'd rather watch the Vikings and Bears hash it out other than the Niners and Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that. Whatever. It is what it is. My night's either going to be ruined or I'm going to go party. I don't know. We'll see. Biggie says, should I trade Williams for Zach Moss? Depends what Williams you're talking about.
Yeah, there's Javonte, there's Jamal, there's another Williams out there. Kyron Williams.
If it's Kyron, I would say no 100%. If it's Jamal Williams, Javonte Williams.
Yes. Javonte's been so disappointing.
He has. I guess you can, just in case JT is out for the
Oh, he says Javonte.
That's Javonte.
Yes, trade it. Yeah. Zach Moss has already had 2 games where he's had over 100 yards. I think, and it's tough because you don't know if JT's going to come back in the 3rd week or 4th week. You don't know exactly how serious this injury is going to be and how safe they're going to be with him. Zach Moss might just be a 2-week back, and then that's it. But I don't like Javonte at all. If he gets 10 points, that's a good week for him. If I remember correctly, his stats.
Let me see. He got 10 points last week, 7 points the week prior, and then 21 points the week before that. I'm going to give it to you like this, okay? If you're not starting Williams and you need a win right now, yes, do it. If you're looking for a guy to help you out rest of the season, don't do it. I still like Williams out here. I think he's, pretty okay. That's what I'm going to say. I think he's a mid-tier running back too. I'll say no. I think Zach Moss is just a short term, and I don't know what's going to happen when JT comes back. I know it's a hand injury, so is he going to start creeping up like he did at the beginning of the season, or are they going to just install him right away? I'm not too sure. I think it should be an installment right away, especially since that's towards the end of the season. But I would have traded this if Williams is in a starting spot right now.
I would, but I might bite the bullet. That's a risk. That's a risky trade.
It is very risky. I'll be watching, though. Going to be an absolute war. It's going to be super fun to watch if you're not a Eagles or a Niners fan, unless one of the teams is blowing the other team out. But it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game to watch, and oh my gosh, I don't know. We'll see. Colin, I'm sorry, I don't know if you said it already, but should I do Pollard or Jacobs in the trade? I think you should do Pollard in the trade.
I'm kind of feeling the Kyler Murray, Josh Jacobs scenario. He already has Dak. You don't need 2 quarterbacks. I think you should offload one of them. AJ said that he would rather do Dak. I would rather do Kyler Murray.
No, I said I'd rather do Kyler Murray.
Oh, okay, trade him away.
can you talk? I'm talking about
Yeah,
keeping.
yeah.
So he wants to
You
figure out Kyler Murray and who to trade. Yeah,
Oh,
not
okay.
to get. He's not getting this
I
guy.
thought it was Kyler Murray, Josh Jacobs, or just straight up Pollard. Okay, I read that wrong. If okay, so just Pollard or Jacobs. I'd rather do Jacobs, trade him away. Yes.
Dang, dude. So you and I were opposite here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I own Jacobs in a league, or in two leagues actually. But man, that's tough. That's tough because they
It's a
both
tough
see all
scenario.
the volume in the world. I like that. Pollard is on a better team. That's tough. Says y'all making this so hard. You know what?
We give honest opinions.
That is our honest opinion. If you don't want to deal, because I want to say, if you don't want to deal with wishy-washy stuff, then go ahead and go trade Jacobs, right? But Tony Pollard's the same way, right? 22 points this past week. Oh, hell yeah. 18 points the week before. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
5 points the week before that. 9 points the week before that. 6 points the week before that. And Josh Jacobs is in the same damn thing. But this is the difference that I see. Tony Pollard, he's averaging 13 rushing attempts a game, right? But he's also averaging 4 targets a game. When you look at Josh Jacobs, I don't have both stats out. If you're looking at Josh Jacobs, you're looking at least 16 rushing attempts a game and around the same 4 targets a game. I like the more rushing attempts. Pollard is on a better team, but I don't. That's the way I'm going about it. They are almost the same running back. And who else is sharing the backfield with Tony Pollard? Yeah, with Tony Pollard, you got Donald back there, right? But who's sharing the backfield with Josh Jacobs? You don't have anyone. So that's why I'm saying Tony Pollard. I think they're in the same boat. If you want to look at what do you call that? Playoff scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs, he's going against after the bye week, Minnesota, Los Angeles Chargers, Kansas City, which he just went off on, Indianapolis, who is top 3 in giving fantasy running backs points, and Denver, who is number 1 in giving fantasy running backs points.
And then Pollard is not on a bye week. He's going against Seattle, then Philly, then Buffalo, then Miami, then Detroit. I don't think either one is like, oh, this is clearly better in my opinion.
What?
Is it?
I'm just saying, Josh Jacobs' last 2 games are against defenses who are top 3 in giving up fantasy points to running backs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Tony Pollard going up against the Bills, the Dolphins, the Detroit Lions.
So, Dolphins, they never show up against a good team. The Cowboys will easily win that game. Buffalo, I think the Cowboys will win that game. Detroit, I think it'll be a hard fought game. That might be your hard one.
I feel like Detroit's the easiest game out of the 3.
The Dolphins are the easiest game out of the 3.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%. That's like one of my locks, I can say.
Wow. Okay, I guess
They'll cover the spread and everything.
When the week comes by, we'll see. I don't have Cowboys beating the Dolphins this week.
I do. The Dolphins, every single time they face a hard team, they do not show up.
Okay, if you say so. Says Javante, y'all making this so hard. Well, hopefully, I don't know if that helped you out or not. If you want to go with Reed's side, stick with Pollard. I think they're going to be very similar as far as points moving forward. I just like a little bit more volume. Reed, do you have anything else?
I don't. No.
It's kind of a slower week for fantasy. Even with all these teams on bye, it's still not very exciting guys on the waiver wire besides the obvious, which is Zach Moss. Another guy I want to talk about is Joshua Downs for the Indianapolis Colts. So sticking with the same team, we saw him get 13 targets this past week. I do believe he's back. He didn't get the production that we all wanted him to see. He only got 9.5 points in full PPR leagues, but this is a guy that's getting the targets. I think you should go out there and see if he's available. He's only 60% in leagues. It's worth a shot. All right. Well, we did hit the end of our comment section, so we will run that timer. And I'm going to say this again: if you guys haven't yet, go out on our YouTube. We did release a vlog earlier today about our trip to Houston on how that went. A lot of time went into editing there. You may not seem like it, but a lot of time does go into that. And if you guys like those type of videos, let us know. And then we'll get to work on making some more of those videos. Colin says, sorry again, but I thought you said Jacobs got more volume, or am I just hearing things, or did you mean stick with Pollard as in trade him away? I said Jacobs gets more volume. I did say that, and I said if you want to stick with Reed, you stick with Pollard.
Yeah, so AJ saying trade away Pollard. Jacobs is getting more volume. My reasoning is I just have that gut feeling that I think Pollard is going to have a better fantasy points in the stretch. I may be wrong, but I think they're both going to be around the same. I would trade away Jacobs. AJ says trade away Pollard. I think it's a coin flip, really.
Big E says, any Olave news you got? No, we don't have any news at this moment, or at least I don't. There's still that injury, but man, oh man, this guy is looking to kill it for fantasy once he is fully healthy. Shakezilla, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Says, lady sitting behind you had some knockers, AJ. I told y'all someone's going to comment something like that.
I did say.
I was recording, right? And then I was looking back at all the footage. I was like, oh my God.
It would be Shakezilla.
It would be.
It's either going to be Shakezilla or I'm blanking on his name.
Dizzle.
Is going to be either of these two guys that we're going to notice that.
And we haven't seen Dizzle today, so we don't know if he's seen that video. Yeah. But I was rewatching it. And I was like, guys, look.
Biggie, no.
Biggie said, let me check. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I think it was like the last time I talked like during the game, and the second to last time I talked during the game. Those two. It caught me out of nowhere. I was watching the videos and I was like, Vincent, this girl is all over the video. About to get that vlog viral. LOL. I should have put that as the thumbnail.
No.
Jeez. The Lordship says Dolphins find a choke and it's going to be a sweet W. We'll see. We'll see. Speaking of the devil, we're just talking about this dude. Says Dizzle's here. I gotta finish the vlog. Watch the beginning. Oh my gosh, Dizzle, if you can see earlier comments, I believe you can. Shakezilla brought something up that we thought that you would bring up about the vlog, but leave it up to you guys, man. You and Shake, you guys are wild. But hopefully you guys do enjoy the vlog. Like I said, it's something we enjoy doing. We haven't done a lot of them. This is only our second one. My dog's out here going nuts. Michael G says the vlog was fun to watch. Well done. Hey, appreciate it. Like I said, a lot of time goes into it. We had a lot of fun, and that's just like that's true of what we do. Nothing was just like, hey, we should do this, we should do that. It's just like we always, every time we go travel together, we always go play like mini golf. We always try to have some type of fun. We didn't play any Nintendo. I brought my Nintendo, but we didn't play any of that.
You never told us until the last second.
Vince was dead tired. He was studying the whole time, and then we had sushi like we always do. But yeah, that game was super fun to see, and I can't wait for the next one. I think we do want to go to another one. I don't know when though. Can't wait to see.
Wait, whoa! I read Dizzle's comments. You know this. Can't wait to see the melons on this lady.
You just wanted to see that. That's all you wanted to say.
That's all you wanted to say.
No, you just wanted to say that.
No, I read all of Dizzle's comments.
You didn't read this one.
Because you cut me off.
No, I didn't. You didn't say anything.
No.
Roll the clip. Oh my gosh. You're about to say it because you thought that
lady
was
flashes at the Texans game. Clickbait title. Thank me later. Thank you, Chickzilla.
Oh my gosh. Um, just keep watching it. I think that helps with the algorithm.
Mickey, if you were not lying, can confirm.
You guys are wild, man. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Anywho, do we think Olave is gonna play this week? Dude was eating before he got concussed. I think he will play. I'm gonna keep a close eye on him. As you guys do know, we do go live again after today for fantasy football talk. So we'll keep you guys updated, especially in our Discord. If you guys haven't yet, join our Discord. The link is down in the description. Absolutely free. Albert Abraham says traded Laporta, James Conner, and Jamar for Kelsey. Uh, Kenneth already got Thielen and Devontae Smith. So you got rid of Laporta. I don't like getting rid of Laporta. His production is going a little down, but you did get Kelsey. I think that's a win there. You trade away James Conner, who's been disappointing, and Jamar Chase, who's been disappointing after this one game. And for Kenneth Walker, who is still dealing with the injury. And when he comes back, I do feel like he'll be good, right? He does have to face the Niners one more time, but that's right before playoffs. So I actually don't mind this. I like getting Kelsey in this instance, right? Because you lose an elite player in Jamar Chase because of quarterback production, and you go out there and you get Travis Kelsey, who is an elite player. I don't mind this, right? James Conner, you probably weren't starting because you held him for injury, and then or you traded while he was injured, and then you finally started him and never got any production after the injury. So I don't mind this. I like it. Good for you. I like it.
I like it. Wish you didn't have to give up so much, but I think as long as Kenneth Walker comes back healthy, I think this will be a dub.
For sure, for sure.
Also, would you start Hollywood or Chabernet? I don't know how to say the name. This week, full PPR and 2 of Higgins, London, Chabernet, Hollywood if Olave doesn't play.
You and Vince are like the worst. It's like
What?
with names, you guys are
You're bad with
horrible.
names too.
How am I bad with names?
Sometimes you're just like, I'm not even gonna try.
Okay, because the name was
Alright.
like Okonkwo. Charbonnet. We
Keep
talk
moving.
about Charbonnet every single week.
Is it Charbonnet?
It's Charbonnet.
Okay, then now I know.
You said that last time.
I don't know.
And Frank Wright. That's you guys drive me nuts. Zach Charbonnet. If Kenneth Walker is a no-go this upcoming week, you start Zach Charbonnet. We said do not start him last week because he did go up against the San Francisco 49ers, and they have a great defense, especially against the run. But again, if Kenneth Walker is a no-go, you go Charbonnet 100%. I still don't like starting Hollywood here. I do believe Olave will play, but I don't know. I wouldn't trust anyone in that Bengals offense right now. T. Higgins, I wouldn't trust. I think you're stuck between Charbonnet and I can't choose who's next, London or Hollywood. I think they're in the same boat. How did London do last week? I'm not entirely sure how he did. I just know everyone was pissed off at Desmond. Oh, that's why. So Drake London last week, he had 14 points with 7 targets. I'll go London. I'll go London over Hollywood this week.
I do a pick 5 spreads a week pool, and I'm cooking RN 41, 18, and 1 ATS. Gonna get this 4K. 4K, jeez.
Damn, hell yeah, dude. Good for you.
Good for you. You want me to read this?
He wants you to.
Reed's impressions are on point. Charge for lessons. I do not charge for lessons. They're for free. The only impression I do have right now, currently in my arsenal, is Dissel's impression, which is 100% how he talks in real life. Like, we're convinced, right?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. But I appreciate it.
You guys think Rice is going to be able to be startable player for playoffs? Honestly, at first, I said, hey, if your name's not Travis Kelsey, you can't start any receiver from Kansas City. I think Rice is leading up to be that guy that you're able to go out and start comfortably. He's getting the targets. I like him. I think you should be able to consider starting him for playoffs, depending on your roster.
Yeah, let's see another week of this. They go against Green Bay this next week, and there's a lot of injuries in that backfield, but they're playing well. We'll see if he's able to pop off. But take another week of it. If he's able to replicate this performance, then maybe. Right now, I don't like the inconsistency. Were you vlogging from your phone? Yes, he was.
Yeah, all from the phone.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna take your camera, but I mean, the phone's good too. We do want to get multiple
Yeah.
angles next time of this.
We can definitely try my camera next time, but we also just can't take, I believe, a camera like that into the stadium. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing a phone.
It's true. They didn't even check us at the stadium. We could have brought anything.
Well, we
Crazy.
went through a metal detector.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I had a lot of metal on me.
Oh.
They didn't say anything.
Huh. All
Yeah,
right.
that's Houston. Biggie, he dropped the ball. While most people would think that this was a metaphor of some type, in Joe's case, it was absolutely literal. He had hopes of reaching the major league. AJ route running. Oh, hey, dude. I had a lot of fun filming that. It was great. It's been a long while since I ran routes, and after watching footage, literally these past 2 days, I haven't been eating like any freaking carbs. I haven't. It's been horrible. Everything I've been eating is cauliflower. Today I had cauliflower mashed potatoes and cauliflower wings, which if y'all do not know, cauliflower wings is just cauliflower with a thin batter on it. That's it. I thought it was like cauliflower mashed up into like a chicken form. It's
No, it's
just
just
straight
cauliflower.
cauliflower.
Yeah.
That's all I've been eating this past 2 days.
Sounds
For lunch
horrible.
today, I had rice cakes and almond butter. It's been horrible. But I want to look how I used to look back in the day and run like how I used to run back in the day.
Reed, the Celtics have your Bulls bent over and spanking each cheek over and over. Right now, those things are rosy red. Hey, my Bulls are definitely not a good team right now. I try to see them once a year in San Antonio, which hopefully we can go to that game in January. We'll have to talk about that soon. Maybe a little vlog. NSP basketball is starting soon. I don't know. But yeah, but the Bulls are not a good team right now at all. I think we have like 5 wins on the season or something like that. No bueno.
It's okay. Spurs are our second half team. Biggie says, Reed, I was waiting for you to play wide receiver. There was a lot happening at that moment. A lot.
Should we tell them the truth of what happened behind the scenes?
You should tell it because you know me.
Okay.
I exaggerate a little bit.
Okay. So what really happened, and you saw, I think there's 4 total plays. 2 plays where AJ won, and 2 plays where I won. The tail of the tape was not fully shown in that. We had to set those up where I beat AJ. Those were completely fake. It was a skit, guys. All right. What really happened was AJ completely cooked me. I do think, in my opinion, my coverage on the one AJ one-handed catch that I fell down on, I think that was a good coverage. I think I was there clean. If I would have been there for the tackle, but really we had like 20 takes of me trying to bat the ball down. It was not a fun. We were running routes all day. We were huffing and puffing.
I want to continue on to this conversation, but since we do have some new viewers out here, I do want to get to these fantasy questions that we'll jump right back into the vlog, which we released earlier today. So you new viewers out here, we answer every single fantasy question, so don't worry. But if you guys have yet, we just released a vlog today. It was pretty fun. 93 half PPR, first place. Good for you, my man. Starters are Lamar. I was going to say something else. Lamar, Kyron, Gibbs, Pollard, Diggs, CD, Tank, Bench, Achan, Puka, Purdy. Got offered Stroud, Mostert, Godwin for Pollard, Purdy, Puka. Should I?
So he's getting Stroud, Mostert, and Godwin here.
Yeah, he's getting Stroud, Mostert, and Godwin.
Uh-huh.
You have Lamar Jackson. I don't see why, unless this is a double quarterback league.
No, he said that was his bench. Purdy was on his bench.
That's true. I don't see. If you're worried about a Lamar injury, it's okay to worry. But I to do this trade, CJ Stroud will be the best backup out there.
Yeah.
I just don't, unless you're looking to start him over Lamar. I have CJ Stroud starting. Mostert, once Achan, fully gets healthy, and you're gonna see a downgrade of Mostert and Godwin. It's wishy-washy with that offense. I don't like this trade. I don't.
I don't like losing Pollard.
Mhm.
I don't think your team is great. Don't get me wrong.
It's
There's
great.
a reason why you're first.
100%.
But I do see a little bit of lack of depth, in my opinion, in your running back room. Instead of getting Stroud or somebody, you do get Mostert in the trade. I would try to get another running back. I don't think you need. I've never been a fan of doubling up on quarterbacks unless you have a guy that's like hurt and you're just holding him on the bench for a little bit that you need. I don't like doubling up on quarterbacks.
I feel the same way. If we want to really dissect into this trade, I feel there's no need for a backup quarterback, especially in that caliber. You already got Purdy, so I'm gonna cancel those out. You got Mostert, Pollard. I'm going Pollard. You got Godwin, Puka. I want to go Puka, but more than likely, you're not even starting Godwin at this. You're not even starting Puka at this point. So no, I just want to do this trade.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You could do a lot better. Good for you that trades are still up. The Lord Ship says cauliflower question mark. AG, are you okay? No.
I hate cauliflower.
I was very disappointed with I've been so busy like with work, with the wedding, with the honeymoon, with this podcast that I've been doing less and less intense workouts. And if you know me before, I was all about the gym. I was all about making sure I stay in shape, especially football ready, even though I haven't played in 8 years. This is kind of a wake up call. I'm trying to get back into shape. Like after this, I'm going on a bike ride, but it's cool right now. Lane Mart's edit says, "Who wins this trade? A. Etienne. B. DeAndre Swift. Rashee Rice."
Okay.
I think you're getting more value with DeAndre Swift and Rashee Rice. I think DeAndre Swift is a must-start guy rest of the season. Rashee Rice is starting to look like he is a startable guy. He's also saying that he's 7-5, third place in a PPR league. I get it. ETN these past few weeks, he has been looking that great. I think this is a pretty lateral trade, but you're getting more depth. So if you're looking for more depth out there, you go B, DeAndre Swift or Rashee Rice. Right? If you're looking for elite talent, I'm going to go A. I'm not freaking out at ETN. I think he's going to bounce back, but I see that you said that you're 7-5. You need to look for some wins. I wouldn't mind doing this trade.
I would say this is a pretty even trade. I'm fine with either one. It just depends on what your full team looks like.
Dizzle says
7-5, most points for, and might not get the bye. Pain everywhere. As my quarterback one, Winston would say. Anywho, 9-3, 8-4, 7-5. I got the most PF tiebreaker. Just need to keep winning and hope for an L.
It's sad because on one of our leagues, I bounced back. I'm on a 5-game winning streak right now, and I know I'm not going to get that first place bye. It kind of sucks because just the first place guys are getting very, very fortunate with some of these defenses that are scoring 30, 40 points.
Hey, AJ, by the way, I need you to throw week 14 for me, okay?
We'll talk about it. We'll see if you could drop a player.
I'll slip you a 20, okay? Please.
I don't condone that, by the way.
We do not condone that, but please.
AJ elite at catching. Wait, is that when Reed won? Vince threw straight to
Yeah.
Vince, we threw the ball multiple times.
We ran 20 routes trying to get my interception.
Biggie was like, I was like, this is not dimes. Like I said, we'll dig into that as soon as we get to these guys real quick. Dizzle, go ahead.
Dizzle says my man Cruz playing an 8-man league.
Cruz
had the God tier team.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Edit says we read that one already. Chaka, what's up, dude?
Chaka,
says,
I remember
what's up,
Chaka.
guys? Yeah, man. Would you trade Hall and Javonte for Devontae Adams? 3 wide receiver PPR redraft. Damn. Okay, 3 wide receiver. I'm assuming it's not including a flex. Other running backs are Kamara, Jacobs, Kyron. I think your running backs are pretty solid here, but I don't know. You're giving up a little too much for Devontae. Are we really that impressed with Devontae? Like, I get it. He sees all the targets, and he does have a bye week this week.
In this new offense and new team since they fired McDaniels, he has been getting more consistent points, more consistent targets. I am higher on him than what I felt about him a few weeks ago. I do also agree with AJ. I think you're giving up a little bit too much for Devontae. Devontae 4 years ago, absolutely take that trade, but he's not the same guy. Not on the same team. It's his name that you're really trading for. I would not give up this much. Lowball him first. See if you can get something lower.
I see where you're going with this, though. But if he doesn't budge, at the end of the day, I'm going to say take this trade. At the end of the day.
I would lowball first.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Always lowball.
Always lowball.
AJ got to start hitting the fan bike like your boy 20 minutes a day. I don't have
AJ,
a fan
you got to
bike.
start hitting the fan bike like your boy 20 minutes a day.
You just sound like a smoker at that point, dude.
That was not my best impression.
No, I actually go on a road bike. There's a lot of elevation where I live, so it's a good workout. But oh man, it's tough. Today I was put to the test, man. I feel like I was going to faint. I was like, this freaking diet, whatever diet this is, I'm just trying to get healthier options. It's kicking me, man. AJ, you should have a voice. Want to see if you can compete with Reed. So I originally did the voice.
He originally did it. Then his voice got tired, and then I did it, and mine ended up being the one we liked better. AJ was good too. Not throwing diss on AJ's voice for Dissel. But you did another voice. It's for the what's that one Dolphins fan name? You do a voice like a hyped voice for him whenever he comments, because he always puts it on all caps.
I can't remember.
He's a Miami Dolphins fan.
So this is how I did the Dizzle voice the first time. Just because I saw his name, I just did it out of nowhere.
Yes.
AJ got to start hitting the fan bike like your boy 20 minutes a day. So that's what I did. And then Reed kind of just...
I gave it a little bit more raspy.
Yeah, he did. Much respect. I got to bounce. I hope you guys excel in everything you shoot for in life. Much love and keep up the amazing work. Hey, back at you. I said,
I love that name.
This is Levon. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, this is Levon?
Yeah, this is Levon.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so we talked last time. I said, hey, back at you, man. I know you're going for goals too, and it looks like you're doing an amazing job of what you do. It looks super fun, super exciting. So keep doing what you do. That life is never easy. I say that because I'm not a night owl. I can't do it. I can't hang. Oh man, I grew older too fast.
AJ, you are too yoked to not get tired. Quick look at those muscles. Show them off, AJ.
Oh. They should be more right now. They're very just because I need to start cutting a little more. I didn't lift today. Man. I appreciate that, but I couldn't stand looking at that film. Let's go. I got Zach Moss for Williams and Jets defense and the Jets defense. Okay. Good for you. So obviously you weren't starting Williams and you weren't looking for a long-term answer. You want to win now. So if that's the case, 100% win for you. Good job,
man. Did Vince the Prince get the chick with the cannon's number? Considering he has a long-term girlfriend, I hope he did not. I saw him doing it. I was like, oh, I hope this is.
You saw him?
No. When you told him to make the pose. The cannon. I thought you were talking about the statue for some reason.
You almost killed Vince right now, dude.
I almost really did kill Vince.
Oh.
No, he did not. He did not speak to her. Vince is oh my god.
Vince is a sneaky guy. I saw him at the bar the other night. Ooh, man.
Vince was bricked up.
No, it doesn't say Vince. It doesn't say Vince.
Oh, Reed was bricked up, run back to the VOD. I was not bricked up.
The statue. Yeah, we took a video of him holding a statue's hand.
Yes.
Oh, it was just weird. I don't know. I was like, hey, go pose next to that statue. He's like, okay. But we had a lot of fun. So continue on with
Yeah.
that part. So it took us forever. This is true. Vince
Vince
is
is
a
a
menace.
menace.
It took us forever to get that spot. We're like, look, there, we need to record right there. It's going to be perfect. So the bridge was actually closed. I didn't use the footage, but
Oh yeah.
we did some illegal stuff, and we crossed a closed down bridge, which was kind of sketchy, crossing it at the time. And we finally got to the spot. And when we finally got to the spot, we walked from the hotel all the way to that park. And Reed was like, guys, I need to take a piss.
I had to.
Go ahead, Reed.
Happy chatting tonight, guys. I can't wait to finish the vlog. Did you guys have those seats for the game or move once game started? No, we bought those seats.
Those are our seats.
We are loyal citizens that do not break the law and do not steal things. That's what we are. We bought them way before the season, so they were pretty cheap. We got very nice seats, and it was very affordable.
Oh yeah, for the game that we went to, it was great. Oh.
He says, "You going to the Cowboys in Seattle Thursday?" See, there's a huge price difference between Jerry World's prices and the
NRG Stadium.
The NRG Stadium. We were like on the 30, like on the first deck, and we paid less than 200, well below 200. In order to get like nosebleeds in Jerry's World, that's about 300. So we are balling on a budget, and we'll get, as we progress through our careers, we'll one day get to Jerry's World. But I don't want to pay that type of money for nosebleeds. Not interested. Vince is a Seattle fan, though. LOL. He is a Seattle fan, but as we said, we are balling on a budget, and those primetime games tickets are expensive. If you have not checked them out, very
expensive.
They triple in price for some weird reason. I can read it. I got some Phoenix Sun tickets not too long ago. I felt rich as hell because I was pretty close. LOL. Yeah, getting like nice and close in the games is the best way to go. Getting nosebleeds is all right, but at that point, sometimes it's like, okay, I could probably watch this on the TV and get better views.
Bryce really says, fellas, should I drop Amari Cooper for Jaden Reed or Brandon Cooks? I don't think you should drop Amari Cooper. If you actually have like no other space, I don't know. Are you doubling up on tight ends or doubling up on quarterbacks or defenses? I would definitely drop one of those before Amari Cooper. I get it. He's injured, and I get it. He doesn't have a quarterback. Jaden Reed is on the up and up right now. I like him, but I don't know. I'm afraid to drop Amari Cooper for one of these guys.
Yeah. Both Jaden Reed and Brandon Cooks, I don't see them as being a consistent fantasy thing, even though I'm very high on Jaden Reed for the future. Right now, I don't believe it's something that's going to be consistent. Amari Cooper, when he is healthy, he plays a full game, and hopefully their offense doesn't get shut down again. He is a good start for your team. Here we go.
Okay, I've been practicing this for you, Dizzle. Okay. Here we go. I think I did it. Colin says, I just did Josh Jacobs for ETN and Sutton. Did I win? Thank you so much for all the input. Hell yeah, I think you win. I like it. I like Josh Jacobs' volume, but I do fully believe that ETN could continue to be an elite running back, and then you get Sutton on top of that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, this is a win.
Good for you, Colin.
Basketball is the best sport to go in person versus TV. NFL is awesome for the atmosphere. I was spoiled growing up in Massachusetts. That is pretty nice.
Yeah, we usually go to a lot of basketball games, especially my wife and I. We for the past 3 years, we go to at least 5 basketball games a year or a season. We live near San Antonio, so we go to San Antonio Spurs games all the time. It's just it's pretty expensive whenever you're paying for 2 tickets at a time and everything else. So it gets there. Bryce really says, nah, I have the space. He's just like my wide receiver 5. Damn, dude. Then I'll say, why not go ahead, drop Amari Cooper. I'd probably get Jaden Reed over Brandon Cooks. I think he has the higher upside in picking him up.
I would agree. Deflategate game was electric, just chirping Colts fans all game next to us. My uncle has season tickets right behind the end zone where Brady would run out pregame. Those are some sick tickets, man. And definitely cool that you went to Deflategate. That is history of how the Patriots are a bunch of lying, cheating,
Hooligans.
Hooligans, yes.
Biggie says, rate the team. He has Murray, McCaffrey, Kamara, Olave, Downs, Taysom Hill, Zach Moss, benches Watson, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, and Ty Spears. I think you started off very good here.
You fired so hot. I was like, whoa,
and
this is a
like,
fire team. And then you hit Olave and Downs. So it's like, Taysom
Hill. Man, dude. It's just you're so top heavy right now. Oh, geez,
yeah, you gotta
dude.
do something to upgrade those wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta find something, but they're not the worst wide receivers out here.
It's not the worst, but
like I'm struggling to do an 8 here. You know,
I would give it a 7.
I want to do a 7.7.
Yeah.
He said he had Andrews. If you had Andrews, definitely be an 8. But it's very unfortunate. That's fantasy football, man.
Got a question for Reed. Why did y'all throw it on the 1 yard line? What is he talking about? Is that a want to know one of the most underrated postseason players in NFL history, Alabama legend, Dante Boomtower Hightower. That's a cool name right there.
Dante Hightower. Why do y'all throw in the 1 yard line?
I think he's talking about like Seattle.
Oh, jeez. Oh man.
But I'm not Seattle, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Jeez. So last comment of the vlog, because we just hit the end of our comments here. So now the timer is ticking. We've been on for over an hour now. So if you guys have any more questions, throw it out there. We'll get to every single one of them. But my first 2 catches, right? I think I post 3 catches and then 2 defenses from Reed. So a total of 5 plays, if I'm not mistaken. And the first 2 catches, it was on the first try. Like, It was just like, hey, let's record this. Hey, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. How do we want to do it? All right. And then first play, boom, caught the ball. Second play, boom, caught the ball. And then it was like, okay, Reed, now we got to make you look good, right? So we're going to run these routes and you're going to undercut me. You're going to do this. You're going to do that.
We were there for a while.
Dude. Like
some of it was Vincent's fault being a bad quarterback, I will say. All right.
Some of it was.
And I wasn't prepared. I was wearing jeans. I was wearing non-athletic shoes. Okay, give me a break here. But yeah, I was absolutely looking like a very unathletic person in that moment. I couldn't catch the ball, couldn't track a ball, save my life. Let's first answer this question, AJ. Bryce Ridley says 10-man league. Got Mahomes, Dak, Brian Robinson, Monty, Kenneth, Aaron, TJ Schultz, Kirk, Adams, Ayuk, Thielen, Deontay, and Madison. I would imagine he wants us to rate this.
Man, dude. This is a team that I'm going to rate just slightly above an 8 here. I like Mahomes here. I like your backup Dak Prescott. Ryan Robinson, I feel like he's on the up and up, touchdown dependent. You can't really, it's wishy-washy. Dave Montgomery, he's pretty solid. Kenneth Walker, once he's healthy, pretty solid. Aaron Jones has been disappointing all season long. Not a bad guy to have, though. TJ Hawkinson, wishy-washy. Dalton Schultz, wishy-washy. Christian Kirk, not bad, like it. Devontae Adams, solid. Brandon Ayuk, really solid. Adam Thielen, solid. And Deontay Johnson and Madison. I like this team a lot. I want to give it 8.5 here.
Yeah, I was going to give it 8 to 8.5. Rate my team. RN 12-team full PPR, 2 flood spots. He's got Hurts, Kamara, Breeze, CD, ARSB, Amon-Ra, Laporta, Olave, Hollywood, Cleveland D, Bucker bench is London, Charbonnet, Spears, Hunt, Kyler, and Higgins.
Damn, that's a 12-man team.
It's pretty good.
That's really good. Yeah, if Brees Hall can start producing, I mean, that's it. You should definitely win this year. 2 flex spots. Even at 2 flex spots, you have someone like London and Charbonnet on the bench. Kyler, if you're talking about Kyler Murray, you got 3 quarterbacks here.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. Wow, really good team. We got to rate it here. A 12-man double flex spot. I'm a 9. That's a 9 for me. Easy.
I was going to say 8.5.
Yeah. No, I
Very
like
solid
that.
team. My question was for Vince, LOL, not re-throwing it on the one to lose the Super Bowl. Yeah, it was the Seahawks, not the Packers. Come on.
Biggie says, some guys saw my trade and saying Zach Moss is only good for 2 games and trying to give me Keaton Mitchell. We know a guy like that.
Shoot or shoot.
That's what we said, right? If you're looking for long term, don't go Zach Moss. We said that before the trade.
Mm-hmm.
But Keaton Mitchell is not a guy you want.
No.
You don't want Gus Edwards. You don't want Keaton Mitchell. You don't want Justice Hill. You don't want any running back out there in Baltimore unless every single running back but one person is hurt. So let those guys be those guys.
Had Olave as a 9th round keeper and went CD, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Hurts, Brees, and Kamara.
Pretty solid. So you took that risk with Brees and Kamara, but look, it's panning out.
Mm-hmm. But only winning 1 Super Bowl with Rodgers is a major failure. Not going to lie, Mr. Packer Reed. Yeah, there's a lot that went into it, just being unlucky in the playoffs a few times and just a few key injuries of players' careers ending that were key in that team happens. Oh, well, we had a lot of good wins in the meantime. Had the 11th pick nailed first 5 rounds. Very nice.
That was actually a really good draft. Really good draft. In the 10-man league, and my team is elite. He has Justin Herbert, Achane, McCaffrey, Amon-Ra, Keenan Allen, Hawkinson, and Pittman. That is pretty damn good. Even for a 10-man team, the only person that's kind of like, oh, it's TJ. He's kind of wishy-washy here. But if Achane was healthy.
If he was just healthy.
Yeah, this is huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, very good team. Very good team.
What's up with the left tackle that's super hyped up for the Packers? Is he any good? If you're talking about Bakhtiari, I don't know why we're talking about Bakhtiari because he never plays anymore. I would say the only person that I'm going to rave about on this Packers O-line is going to be our right tackle, Zach Moss. He's been absolutely incredible, shutting down Aiden Hutchinson in this last game. Didn't allow him basically anything all game. Zach Tom is the guy that's the guy, other than Jenkins, who's left guard.
Mr. Pena, welcome back, dude. Says, wow, Biggie, that's actually crazy. Who's your other running back on bench? Thought my 10-man was good. And he put his team right here. He has Stroud, Gibbs, Bijan, Rashad, Amon-Ra, Pittman, Kupp, and Laporta. That is very good.
That's very good.
Very, very good. I like that a lot. Damn. You guys are killing the 10-man team leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Walker, Mostert, Myers, and Love on my bench. Damn, he has Kenneth Walker on his bench. That's pretty good.
Yeah. David Bacteria. Oh, my. He's always hurt, but was he ever good? Maybe for a season or two a long time ago. It was not a season or two.
You open up a can of worms. This over here.
Yes. We won't get into it. He was the best left tackle in his prime.
Trent Williams was.
He was the best left tackle.
Trent Williams was.
Hands down. Run blocking, pass blocking, he was the best.
Trent Williams got it.
Gotta do 12-mans for fantasy or teams get stacked, in my opinion.
Teams do get stacked big time, especially if you got some first-time players
who don't know what they're doing and start dropping players or trading away things, and it just starts getting messy out there. Nah, Reed, get into it. Give me the history of Mr. Bacteria. What years? I can't say all the years off the top of my head. But his last good year, it was 2018, I believe, that he played a full season. That's when both Bakhtiari and Trent Williams were the best two left tackles in the league. AJ says it's Trent Williams. We're not going to get into this. I say it's Bakhtiari. We could have a 2-hour podcast about this. But we're not going to get into it because AJ's got to go eat, got to do a bike run. I got to go eat. We're not doing this. But before that, like for the 5-6 years plus, can't remember off the top of my head all his years he's played. It's been a long time, but he's been one of the best left tackles out there, and especially that I think it was 2016 team. We had one of the best offensive lines in the league. He was our left tackle for it. But yeah, he needs to get cut.
Mr. Pena says, yeah, only bad thing is we got a dude 9-3, and then 3 of us tied at 8-4, and one guy creeping by at 7-5. Doesn't seem like too bad. It seems pretty even there. Hopefully I don't fall out of playoffs. Hey man, you just keep on grinding, keep doing what you're doing. You should be fine. That's a pretty solid team. Not gonna lie. Quinn Lenardi says 12-man PPR team is Herbert, CMC, Etienne, Keenan, Ayuk, Ridley, Taysom, Pitts, and Achane on the bench. Got my trade deadline tomorrow. Any suggestions for the team? I love what you have so far. Herbert is kind of scaring me at this point. CMC is great. Etienne's awesome. I wouldn't trade him. Keenan Allen, awesome. Ayuk, awesome. Ridley is he's solid. I would try to get a tight end here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I was trying to find the weak point, and it's definitely the tight end.
If you go, always try to get Kelsey first, right?
Yeah.
If you can't get Kelsey, try to get someone like Laporta.
Some guy that's going to be easy that I think will continue putting up points now that Justin Fields is back is going to be Cole Kmet. And I think you can get him for pretty cheap.
Cole Kmet will be pretty cheap. Also, Isaiah Likely should be cheap as well. I like the amount of targets that he's getting. But yeah, I'll definitely try to go out there and try to get a tight end. Taysom Hill, Pitts, cool guys, but it's just inconsistent there.
Yeah. Late against us.
See you, Dizzle. Appreciate you dropping by. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the vlog. Biggie says, I have a similar team in the other league, but with Herbert, Bijan, JT, Allen, Evans, Hawkinson, Nico, benches Pittman, Sutton, and Devin Singletary, and I lost 3 games. Yeah, these guys have been underperforming. You see Herbert underperform. Bijan, besides this past week, he's been underperforming. JT, besides this past week, underperforming. Now he's injured. Keenan Allen's solid. Evans been solid. TJ, he's good against weak teams. Nico, wishy-washy as a recent. And then you have Pittman on the bench. You could easily sub that guy in.
Yes.
Courtland Sutton, another guy you could sub in. And Devin Singletary, who I think his time is done now that Dameon Pierce is back. Still a solid team.
Yeah, only losing 3 games with that team is very impressive.
Yeah. Not bad. Well, that's it. We hit everyone. Like I said, appreciate all you guys dropping in our live streams. If you guys haven't yet, look at our most recent video that we uploaded today at noon. It is a vlog of our trip to Houston, watching a Texans Jaguars game. It was super fun. We made a lot of memories, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. And if you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up or leave a comment saying you want to see more content like that one, and we will do more. Okay, we promise. It was a little pricey, but it was a lot of fun. It was a big experience. So, Reed, do you have anything else before we sign out?
Nothing. Keep on grinding on these fantasy teams, guys. Hit the waivers. Make sure you get them all in tonight. So if you need to get a pickup, because we're entering the end game now. If you ain't in the playoffs, you're pushing for their playoffs, and this is the time. So make sure you guys hit the waiver wire. All
right, guys. Appreciate you guys, and as always, until next time, keep on grinding.